Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're doing episode number 22 of I Build Your Teams, the series where I build my viewers' teams into the best teams possible for my team in limited and or competitive play, if you want to call it that, because there's not much of that this year. But we are actually joined by a very special guest today, Evan Tanaka, who has, obviously, as many of y'all, probably most of y'all know, has been taking a extended break off of YouTube, but is now back on the MyTEAM scene, making YouTube videos again. So I will leave a link to his YouTube in this description below, as well as his Twitch. Make sure y'all go drop him, follow him, show him some love, all that type of stuff. Sub up, and glad to have you back, Evan. What's going on?
Yeah, man, doing good. Excited to get you guys another one of these videos. I think we've taken a bit of long of a break, but I think overall excited to get back into doing these MyTEAM videos, especially with JC. Want to get you guys some more collab videos in the future, but yeah, overall doing great.
This type of video is fun for us. We enjoy doing it, so I hope y'all enjoy watching them as well. With that being said, first team today comes in from Big Boy. He's got about 300 KMT. Says he hasn't been playing since season 2, so he's got the free pack cards or the free cards, which makes sense, honestly. This team, I mean, he's got Embiid and Chet, who are obviously must-haves for pretty much any team, especially considering they're free. Hoping we'll see a free Luka, maybe a free Devin Booker, but probably just hopefully a free Luka in the next couple days because of his ridiculous 73-point performance. That's a card that could make a lot of no money spent teams a lot better, and not just no money spent teams, just a lot of teams in general a lot better for free. So hopefully that card comes out soon. Regardless, in the meantime, this team could use some upgrades for sure, and I'm thinking first of all, point guard. I don't love that John Wall. Cade's not bad, but I don't love John at this point. For me, I think a guy like Dante DiVincenzo for 84K is a really good looking card. Small forward position could use another guy as well. Like James Jones just doesn't provide you much defense. Honestly, your 1 through 3 isn't that good defensively at all. And I think OG Anunoby or Dennis Rodman, like those are the cheaper options. Outside of that, you could go with a more expensive guy, like a I don't know, Kawhi Leonard, maybe something like that. Outside of that, backup power forward, there aren't that many great budget backup power forwards. Kenyon Martin is probably better than Tari Eason if you have him evoed, but there aren't that many great guys there either. Again, it's a type of position where you probably want to go with a slightly more expensive option, like a Chris Webber or Alonzo Mourning probably are going to be your best options there. Buyable anyway. I don't know. What are you looking at, Evan? You see anything there that you like? Or
I think pretty much the same thing what you were saying. I think just get Dante for your starting point guard position. Move Cade to the backup. I like your shooting guards a little bit. Maybe Kobe could use an upgrade, but I think he's fine for now. Like JC said, for small forward, unless you spend like the 120, 130 to go get yourself a Kawhi or a Ron Artest, I think probably just stick with what you got for now, and hopefully in the next couple of drops that give you that small forward for a budget price. But other than that, I think your team's pretty good. I mean, just maybe a couple upgrades there at point guard. Could maybe use a small forward or a power forward like JC recommended. But yeah, just mainly that point guard Dante is what I would definitely get.
All right, second team. A. Wilt says he is no money spent other than 2 of the pro passes, which counts basically, I'd say in my mind anyway. He'll have Wemby soon, and he's close to replacing Russ. He's got about 250 KMT. Magic or Dame replacing Russ. I feel like, to me, that one's definitely Magic. Dame just has no defensive badges at all. I'm not a fan of that card. I assume that Rodman is evoed. Otherwise, I would say he is definitely not worth running. 250 KMT is a chunk. I don't love the fact that you have Steph and D-Book together. I just think that's really small, not very good defensive backcourt either. I almost think like one of those guys should start, one of those guys could come off the bench, and then you could have Magic in your last 3, so you have 3 different point guard options, and Magic can definitely give you more size and versatility than either of those 2 guys do at point guard. But for me, I feel like you can use a shooting guard, and then you could use... I don't actually hate Ewing. I don't mind that card. I don't think he's bad. I do think Alonzo Mourning would be an upgrade over Rodman at backup power forward, though. Just gives you a lot more size and versatility. Not that Rodman's a bad card, because he's certainly not, but he's more of a small forward, and I do like AK and Carmelo. I like that Alonzo Mourning. I really do. I thought he's an awesome budget card. I don't know. I would get a new small shooting guard as well then. At shooting guard, like, the problem with the shooting guard position is the best cards are either really expensive or lock-ins, like Pippen, MJ, and Jaylen Brown are all lock-ins. Kobe's obviously a lock-in. And then the other shooting guards outside of that are pretty expensive. So you'd have to spend a lot of your MT in all likelihood to get somebody there. But a guy like Ruby Julian Strawther isn't a bad option. A couple other good Rubies that you could use as budget cards, I think, there. I don't know, Evan. What are you thinking?
Okay, since JC went for more of the budget route and saving some MT, I'm just going to give you a different option in case you want to spend a good amount of your MT. What I would do, Booker starting point guard, Curry backup point guard, and once you get Magic, put them in your last 3 like JC said. But then what I would do is I would go look for a Kawhi Leonard or Ron Artest. And again, this is if you want to spend your MT. If you want to go the JC route, 100% cool. Probably the better route, but I'm just saying in case you want to spend that MT, I would get Kawhi for starting 2. You got that DeMar. So you got Booker, Curry, Kawhi, DeMar, you're good there. Small forwards I think are great, AK Carmelo. Power forwards, Chet's great. Rodman, I kind of agree. I would go get Alonzo Mourning. Again, once again, if you're spending pretty much all your MT. And then you could keep Ewing. I like Mo Bamba a little bit more. I haven't used Ewing, but I really like that Mo Bamba card. So I'll just throw him there as a suggestion. But if you wanted to spend more MT, I would go get Kawhi. I would go definitely look for a better power forward in Alonzo Mourning. And yeah, get rid of that Russ and definitely get Curry and Booker off the same line. Have them as your 2-point guards with Magic in the last 3.
I like that Mo Bamba shout out. He's a good card. He might actually be better than Ewing too with his release.
Yeah, and he's only 20K or whatever. So
yeah, he's one of those budget cards that's really good. King Louis VII says he has 1.1 million MT. This is a really good squad with a lot of MT, obviously. He's a card away from Wemby. Now, I noticed something with this team. Not only is he a card away from Wemby, but he already has Devin Booker. That's another piece towards Kobe. If he's one card away from Wemby, he's about to have Wemby. That's one of the other 2 biggest pieces for Kobe. Tyrese Halliburton and Iggy sets together are not that hard to complete, not that expensive. You might already have some of those cards as well, even unsellable. And then you got to get Penny Hardaway. The most expensive cards for Penny are Ron Artest, D-Rob, and Ray Allen. You already have Artest and D-Rob. You're probably not very far away from Kobe, realistically.
You go get Kobe.
And you have a million MT. This is a no-brainer to me. I don't generally recommend that people spend and lock in that much MT, but you have a ton of MT, and you're close to him, and he is still, by far and away, in my opinion, the best card in the game. Absolutely incredible card. He literally is probably the main reason that I still enjoy playing my team this year, is because I have that Kobe card. That's a no-brainer for me, and I don't actually think you really need to do anything else to your team. You could go pick up Amon Thompson at point guard if you want. He's probably an upgrade. But, like, I mean, do you see anything else, or do you agree? It's basically just get Kobe.
No, I just see Kobe. I just see Kobe. You can pick whatever you want from those sets to run. Wemby obviously in there.
Yeah.
Not sure if you like a Penny, but just, yeah, I would say go get Kobe, put Wemby and Kobe in your lineup, and I think you'll be fine.
Yeah, that Kobe's a game-changing card, man. He really is. He's the only card, actually. And, like, as great as Wemby is and some of the other cards in this game are really good, like, I think Kobe's the only one that's truly a game-changing level card, if you know how to use him properly. 4th team is from Shea. He says he's going for Wemby, and he's got 300k MT. Should he still go for Kobe? Well, that with 300k, it's harder, I will say, because you have D-Book, but you don't have Penny. I guess you do have D-Rob, but that means you still need more pieces for Penny. You need multiple pieces for Wemby. Like, I feel like you're a lot farther away from Kobe, and you only have 300k MT. This might be a situation where you actually, as crazy as this sounds, I don't even know if you lock in Wemby. You have D-Rob and Joel Embiid. In my opinion, those are the 2 best other centers in the game. I don't know if it's worth spending as much MT as it's now going to cost to get a guy like Wemby, who is, I mean, pretty expensive to lock that MT in. Nobody else in the set for Wemby actually plays. So to me, this is like, maybe go get Dr. J. He might be a better use of your MT because you could sell him back later. He is the best shooting guard that you can buy, and that is your weakest spot. I think he would be a big improvement to your team, and I think he's probably the biggest improvement you could make right now with how much MT you have. Considering D-Rob and Embiid are so good, obviously. To me, that's what I would do anyway. I think maybe just go get Dr. J, honestly. I know he's expensive, but I don't know. What do you think?
I completely agree. I would just say go get Dr. J. I mean, unless you wanted to grind the unlimited and get to the 16,000 points, and you wanted to get that free one at level 34 and get the diamonds for 1B, and then go ahead and lock him in, because technically that'd be for free.
It's true.
But still, you could use that MT for some other stuff. So I would say for right now, unless you're close to those 2 options I said, go buy yourself Dr. J. And then maybe once you get there and you get those 3 diamonds for free, you get some amethyst for free, and you grind the game a little bit more, then sure. If you want to go for Wemby down the road, then sure. But I think for right now, go buy Dr. J and just kind of play and grind for that stuff if you want Wemby.
He makes a good point. If you can get some of those players that are like make Wemby a ton cheaper, that's not a bad strategy. But I just think Dr. J right now with your team is a much bigger upgrade, and also doesn't lock in MT. You can sell him back later and at least get some of your MT back. So to me, that's what I would do, and I think Evan agrees. We'll let Evan take this one first, actually, because I feel like we're kind of saying the same thing, and so I think we'll have Evan take this one. He says Penny or Amon, 100k. Definitely needs a small forward, but
yeah, I'm going right away to that center position. I love me some Mo Bamba, man. That's the one card that JC told me to get. I think he was 20k. Could be wrong on the price, maybe 30 at the most, but I believe he was 21k.
MT. Very great value.
Insane. Card. He is, I honestly believe, just as good as Embiid from what I've seen. I think he's got a better jump shot. I think he plays just as good as defense. and they both got really good inside animations, like whether it's dunking or just paint presence. So for me, I think he's a no-brainer over Shaq. I think this is the perfect Mo Bamba team. Just go spend 21K. I know it's, you know, a good amount of your MT budget, but just 100% if you're going to make no other suggestions, go get Mo Bamba, play him over Shaq. If you want to leave it at that, sure, but like JC said, I think you do need that small forward. And like we were sort of talking about before, I just don't know if there's that many great budget small forwards. I'll leave that to JC for the budget small forward. Because
Rodman's probably your best option with only 100K
exactly,
MT. I don't know if you're willing to just spend the hour that it takes to Evo and put on real player percentage and just go shoot in semi-pro, the lowest difficulty you can. And you'll get the Rodman Evo done pretty quickly. It's not that hard. It'll take like an hour or two. That's probably your best bet. He's 42K MT. He's going to be elite defensively at least. I don't love Paul George either, but like he's not bad. I think he can definitely get the job done. But you're right. Evan's 100% right. Mo Bamba is the most obvious upgrade for this team easily. He's a must-have. As much as Shaq is a dominant inside force, Mo Bamba's ability to shoot the ball will give you so much more bench offense. You will just feel way more flexibility on the offensive end. And he's really good defensively too. That 17 wingspan is very noticeable. He's an absolute monster. I feel like Mo Bamba's one of the very best.
Can I say one last thing about that team real quick? One last thing real quick. What about Strathworth? Is he better than Clyde?
Actually, I like Clyde. I like Clyde more than Paul George.
You like Clyde? What about PG?
Is Strother? Well, Strother has a better release than PG, but I would say PG. They're probably about the same. I would.
Okay, then never mind. I just want to throw it out there.
You might want to start Clyde over PG though. I actually think Clyde's kind of a dog. He moves well. He's good. Gio, this last team, he says he has Diamond AD now. He's 324K MT. So I guess I'll just say AD's in there for Jaren Jackson Jr. and we'll like take the rest of that team as is. As Evan was saying, Mo Bamba, again, this team 100% needs him. He might be your best center. Honestly, he probably is your best center. Honestly, when I look at this team, I go play Chet at the 4, Bamba at the 5, and then AD off of the bench at the 4, and Nick Claxton at the 5.
Embiid.
That's actually in my mind. Oh, Embiid. Duh. Evan just made a great point. That's, I mean, 70 points in a game one time is like, it takes literally 20 minutes. Like,
and you could start Chet and Embiid and then AD and Bamba off the bench.
There you go. Chet and Embiid starting, AD and Bamba off the bench. Your front court is set. Now, outside of that, I mean, that's going to cost you, what, 20,000 MT? So you're going to have 300K MT left. Your point guard position, like, I really like Drew. I don't mind this Suggs and Wagner duo, but I almost think I'd like it more off the bench. And I think Reeves and Rui, I like Reeves and Rui. I know Evan likes Reeves and Rui. He's using this duo. But 300K. If you had Suggs and Wagner off the bench, and then you have Drew starting, and you get like Ruby, Julian Strother to play the 2 next to Suggs and Wagner off the bench, you'd have like basically 290,000 MT for your 2 and your 3, and you could go out and get Kawhi and again Kawhi and Rodman, Kawhi and OG, something like that. And I feel like that might be the best bet, in my opinion. I don't know. What do you think?
I agree. I honestly agree.
Or I guess you could go get one guy, get Dr. J, but like he's expensive. I don't know. You could do that, but I don't know if I. Yeah, you could.
I would say
replace James Jones with Dr. J. That's an option as well.
Yeah, I would just definitely go get the front court. Go get the front court and then worry about the rest later. I think your 1 through 3 is fine for now. It's just that front court needs a lot of work. So
yes, if you get Embiid and Bamba though, and then you have AD off the bench at the 4, and you're have Chet, Bamba, Embiid, yeah, you're chilling. You'll be very, very good. All right. That's going to do it for this video. I hope y'all did enjoy. Obviously, we're a little rusty on the collab stuff, but still, I hope y'all did enjoy the video. We will get back into the groove of this type of stuff as we do it, I'm sure. But I hope y'all are looking forward to more collab content in the future. Glad to have Evan back, and I hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.